Okay, we are rolling. Good morning and welcome to ERA Demo Day number 28. Yes, that's right, 28. This is a longer running show than any of your favorite sitcoms, and I promise you it's a better one as well. But in all seriousness, you're here to meet the company, so we're going to make this opening quick. And I promise you're going to get lots of time to see the slides, so as I see the pictures go up. But it's an incredible group of companies. Before we get started, though, we do want to say a quick thank you on behalf of the whole ERA team. Thank you for coming here today. Thank you for supporting the program and the companies. That's on behalf of myself, Murat, Perry, Harman, Jeremy, Karen, Max, Catherine, Gonzalo, Mike, Joe, Bianca, Katie, and Giada. Thank you very much. We appreciate it and appreciate all your help. Today, these companies join more than 360 ERA alumni companies, which is more than 700 founders that have been out through the program. It's an incredible community. It's one of the things we're most proud of. And a bunch of them are here today supporting the companies, hopefully maybe even writing a few checks as well. So, we couldn't be more proud of the founders today joining this amazing community, and we look forward to them continuing to return to help the companies of the future. So, this group of companies has been a pleasure to work with. Over the last 4 months, we have seen them take incredible strides, and these founders we've seen be able to build product faster than we can even imagine and be able to get customer traction that's been incredibly impressive to us. We're seeing them build and disrupt so many exciting industries. And what's really amazing is so many of them are doing it with the help of Al. No, just kidding. Bad joke. AI. Virtually every company you're going to see here today is applying AI in some way, shape, or form to make their products better, faster, cheaper, and to be able to help their customers do things that a few short years ago would not have been possible. It's hard to overstate the impact of AI in all these companies and what it's letting them do, because everyone's starting with pretty near the same starting point, be able to create products that are every bit as good as what large companies can do. And we're seeing the impact of that across all these industries today, from fintech to the energy transition, to healthcare, to compliance, to all across the industrial sector. We're seeing the companies that you're going to meet today start to serve, disrupt, and grow in ways that are really changing these industries as we speak. Every single one of you today, I'm convinced, is going to find at least one company that they want to write a check into. But we'll move on. One of the things that many of you ask us is, once you come to these demo days, what happens to the companies? What happens afterwards? And so we try to give you a quick snippet into some of the progress they've made. And today we want to start with a congratulations to Rockerbox. Ron, Rick, congratulations to the whole team. Last month, they were acquired by Double Verify for $85 million. Particularly impressive that they only raised $1 million to get there. So congratulations, guys. That was quite an accomplishment. I think hopefully one of them's here. I don't know. Anyway, so with that in mind, we want to give you a few other portfolio highlights, and I want to hand it over to Jeremy.
Congratulations again to Ron and Rockerbox. A few other exciting things happening with our companies. We're very proud to have 7 companies on the Inc. 5000. Congratulations to all of them. We are also very proud to have User Interviews and Naya listed on Forbes' America's Best Startups Employers. Confetti in the Agency, listed by FT and America's Fastest Growing Companies. Congratulations to them. A new one for us this year, we're very proud to have Taurus and Winx listed in Time's Best Inventions of 2024. Very, very, very proud of this. And of course, also congratulations to Diplo and Crafted being named Forbes 30 Under 30. And CB Insights is ranked Elysium Health in their most promising digital health startups as well. Atlas Primer and Chop Talk recognized by Time as the best ed tech companies. And Glia ranked in the Fast 500, excuse me. Congratulations to all of them. And I'll pass it on to Murat to talk a bit more about Remarkable Ventures.
Thank you, Jeremy. First of all, just to reiterate, maybe you have not heard yet, but this is our 28th demo day, or this is our 14th year. We are super excited. And as you all know, right now you're at the ERA demo day, which we invest in companies in the pre-seed stages. and then they go through our 4-month program. But when they become big, adult, mature companies, they raise their seed rounds, A, B, C rounds, and pre-IPO rounds, and that's when Remarkable Ventures comes in. We invest in our companies in the seeds and A stages, and sometimes later, AL. And we actually have been started Remarkable Ventures in 2013, and currently we are in our 5th fund. We made 107 company investments, over 216 investment rounds. So we are very excited that we are supporting our companies from pre-seed all the way to pre-M&A and IPO. And I don't need to show this, but I think you heard about AI. But AI is the next platform change, just like the cloud. So we are investing in all these amazing AI companies. And today, you will see 15 of these amazing companies. The other fund we started 3 years ago is the Energy Transition and Resilience Fund, Remarkable Ventures Climate. We are really very excited about this opportunity because the energy transition is happening. And we are really investing in anything to do with any companies, any technology companies, hardware and software, in energy transition, in mobility, built environments, and climate, fintech, finance, insurance. So these are the portfolio companies we have. And as Jeremy mentioned, Taurus, which is a battery company for small businesses, they won the Times Magazine's Best Invention of the Year with their flywheel battery system, which is the first commercialization of a NASA technology from the very early days. So before I hand it over to Harman, I want to bring up one thing. This morning, you woke up and you hopefully took a shower and came here and had some coffee. The New York community is fantastic. We started organizing events in New York City in 2007. And Bunny Harper, right here, was in maybe Entrepreneurs Roundtable 1. Don, where are you? Don Barber? Don, there you are. Don was doing New York Tech Meetup way before us, and she supported Entrepreneurs Roundtable events. These are free monthly events, and we had our 200th event last week. So thanks to New York City. So we've been doing those for 17 years, and really the power of the community in New York City made us number 2 in the world, right after Silicon Valley, which we will take over soon. Here is Harman to tell you more. Thank you.
Thank you, Murat. I'm joined here with my colleague, Perry Solomon. And as you all know, in startups or in venture, I would say, there's a saying that it takes a village to build a startup. And at ERA, we truly embody that. Over this last 16 weeks, a lot of people have come and helped our startups, and I'd like to take a moment to thank them. The mentors, over 500 that provide industry expertise and generously give their time and insight. Our lead mentors go even further. They meet weekly with our teams and are considered by many as an extension of the founding team. We also match our teams with alumni mentors who have gone through the same ups and downs as CRA founders and help pave the path for these startups. Our venture partners, they've been around with us since the very beginning, and they provide deep domain expertise, helping startups through workshops and speaker series. And then lastly, you're going to see some amazing pitches today. I'm biased, but they are going to be amazing. ERA 28. Just know that the polish and conciseness that you see is in thanks to these demo day pitch coaches. And now Perry.
Terrific. Thank you, Harman. So when you put on a show like we're about to put on for you at here at IAC, you don't do it alone. And so I'm the last speaker before we get to the companies that you've come to see, but we could not start the show without saying thank yous. So first of all, we want to say thank you very much to IAC for hosting us. I think this is the 20-something time that we've been here, so thank you, IAC. And we also want to thank our gracious Demo Day sponsors. Thank you to Mercury and Fidelity. Without their generosity and support, we would not be here in New York's largest in-person Demo Day. We also have a number of program sponsors. These are companies that not only provide support to our program, but also come in and work with our companies. So when you're about to invest in the companies you're going to meet, these are people that help make sure that their cap tables are aligned, their balance sheets are balanced, et cetera. So thank you, ThoroughPass. Thank you, Carta. Thank you, Mercury. Thank you, Witham. Bernie, I saw you. Thank you very much for always being a strong supporter. JP Morgan and Goodwin. So without any further ado, you didn't come here to hear us. You came here to meet 15 of the most amazing startups that you are going to see ever, or certainly today. So I'm thrilled to introduce, kicking things off, Jon Endy, founder and CEO of Clai.
Woo! Good morning, New York. Woo! My name is Jonathan Endy, and I am the founder and CEO of Clai. And I have to tell you, it's good to be back. 12 years ago, I stood on this exact stage. I presented a company called Seamless Docs. Seamless Docs went on to raise $20 million, work with over 1,000 governments, and process over 50 million e-signatures, helping governments go paperless with workflow solutions. We ended up getting acquired by a private equity-backed strategic, and it was an amazing journey. But I'm here today to tell you that was just the warm-up. So after Seamless Docs, I got involved in real estate, both as an investor and marrying a beautiful woman who happened to be a broker with a team of 15 agents. My wife came to me. She asked me a simple question. Can you help me streamline my e-signatures and workflow? I figured, sure, this should be easy. I'd helped 1,000 governments automate over 200,000 different form processes. It wasn't. What I found was a series of disjointed tools and siloed processes strung together with transaction coordinators and assistants. While 85% of real estate transactions now include an e-signature, 100% of them ignore what happens after. They ignore the payments. And despite over $2 trillion every year being processed in sales and leases, $2 trillion and about $40 billion is sitting in escrow, the process hasn't evolved in ages, still relying entirely on wire transfers, random bank accounts, and cashier's checks. There are no modern rails for real estate. There's no operating system for real estate. So, introducing Clai. Clai is the first AI-powered operating system for real estate. We take those disjointed processes and we take those siloed tools and we turn them into a beautiful, streamlined experience. You could say you make the process seamless. So how does it work? Well, it's easy. The agents simply talk to Clai. Hey, can you create me a lease? Can you create me a contract? And Clai will automatically pull up the appropriate contract for the appropriate needs. Then Clai will automatically map every signature, also map every payment, and set up all the compliance checkpoints automatically. The end user, they get a beautiful document they can fill out from any device. They can swipe their finger. Yet maybe most importantly, they sync their bank accounts. They schedule all their payments, and they can even set up smart escrow. And for the brokers, well, they don't have to worry about compliance anymore. We set up automatically, and we give them an elegant platform for them to make sure to automate all their back office processes. Finally, we actually give them data. We give them data so they can automatically do a follow-up for using SMS or email using our platform. So now my wife, well, she closes more deals in less time, and she's not waiting around for wire transfers. And her team, well, they send out the right file every time without a phone call and never needing a single training manual. What used to take a village, well, now it takes a platform. She has happier customers, and she has a happier team. And you know what they say? Happy wife, big venture opportunity. So how big is this opportunity? Well, glad you asked. There's over 100,000 brokerages in the US alone. Those are made up of 1.5 million agents that are doing over 40 million transactions a year with an average of 10 wire transfers each using dated tools. And while we're so excited about this software opportunity and leveraging everything I learned at Seamless Docs to build the most elegant platform to do their jobs, what we're really excited about is taking a percentage of $2 trillion in real estate transactions. It's 2025. Brokerages aren't just looking for a new solution to do their jobs. They're looking to make sure to use AI to stay relevant. Well, with Clai, we make it easy. We charge them an annual fee, and in return, we give them a beautiful AI platform to do their jobs, to lower their expenses, to lower their liability, to increase their recruiting, and increase their revenue. And how? Well, guess what? We give them a tool they can give to their agents for free. We give them a platform. Now the agents can streamline all their e-signatures, collect all their payments, and do all their follow-up automatically. And we just take a small percentage of payments. We already have a wait list of brokerages clamoring to get in. We have 3 early design partners that already make up about 2,000 agents. We've also already closed a pre-seed investment of $1 million from Anton Levy, former co-president of General Atlantic, known for his 10 years on the Midas list, who has also officially joined our board. So we have the team, we have the experience, we have the strategy to take over one of the largest transaction markets in the world. We are building the modern rails for real estate. We are setting the new standard of how a real estate transaction will flow. We believe that real estate deserves a better operating system, so we're building it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. Next up, moving right along, I am very excited to introduce Mar, co-founder of Neta.
Great. Let's have some fun. Hi, everyone. I'm Mar, co-founder of Neta, the product packaging intelligence platform. Packaging is everywhere, and it's not only what you unwrap. It's a very important part of the product. In fact, it accounts for 10% of its total cost. That's why we created Neta, an AI-powered platform that helps companies navigate packaging regulations and helps them choose the best packaging design. So why does this even matter? Let's take our local Chipotle store as an example, which happens to be our first paid pilot customer. Woo! Yes, Chipotle is our first paid pilot. When you go into the store, you'll see burrito bowls, foil wraps, drinking cups, even more behind the counter and before the store. A typical Chipotle store has more than 100 unique packaging items. And packaging isn't just about branding and functionality, it's cost and compliance. Regulations around packaging have existed for decades, covering safety, labeling, chemicals, environmental standards, and tariffs. Regulations are here to stay. They're fragmented and they're complex. And Anna at Chipotle has to deal with all of this across hundreds of cities. This is impossible for her to do by herself. She's navigating over 400 unique regulations, mapping Chipotle's packaging specs to legal definitions, possible exemptions, estimating cost, and looping in sourcing and packaging engineers to redesign SKUs. Non-compliance is up to $1 million per month per state. So that's where we come in. Not only do we help companies navigate the packaging regulations, but once we help them understand them, we'll guide them to the best packaging materials and help them procure them efficiently. Companies that make smarter decisions can save up to 25% of their total packaging cost. This is huge. That's why companies like Chipotle and Grupo Bimbo have turned to us. We closed Chipotle under a month off a cold call. And Grupo Bimbo is a $20 billion global food company that has brands like Sara Lee. And this is just the beginning. We have 5 more pilots in our pipeline. So let me tell you how this works. We connect our platform to our clients' packaging specs. We scan their full SKU portfolio, and we analyze their packaging weights, materials, and sales data. We use AI to monitor thousands of regulations, translating them into clear recommendations and accurate cost forecasts. $700 billion is spent every single year on packaging in the US alone. And companies, any company that sells packaged brands, packaged products, needs better tools to make smarter decisions. That's how we bring these companies in, through regulations. But the real value is what comes next. Packaging procurement. When a company needs to comply, they also need to rethink what they're going to buy. So we help teams choose smarter materials, lower fee formats, and better designs. We're becoming the platform where packaging is optimized and eventually purchased. And we're enabling packaging manufacturers to know exactly what they need to produce and sell to their clients like Chipotle. This is how we move from a $3 billion regulatory compliance market to a $30 billion plus packaging procurement opportunity. And Grace and I are the right team to go for it. Before MIT, I worked at the CFO's office at Grupo Bimbo, where multi-million-dollar packaging decisions impacted directly the bottom line. And Grace, my co-founder, was a manager at the CPG practice in McKinsey before studying her MBA and MPP at Harvard. I'm Murat, and this is Neta. Thank you.
We have a lot of seats here. For those of you standing at the back, can you please move up? I'll wait for 5 seconds. Thank you. There's a lot of seats here. I know there's a bunch of people standing there. Thank you, Mar. And next up, I'm really excited to welcome Nolan, co-founder of Overwatch Health.
In 2016, my uncle Jon had a heart attack. Now, Jon is unfortunately not alone. The fact is, every year in the US, there are over 20 million patients that have heart and lung events that land them in the hospital. There is a solution. It's thanks to cardiac rehab that my uncle was able to make a full recovery. As it turns out, exercise-based rehab can reduce readmissions for these patients by 48%. There's a problem. In-person rehab is very expensive to deliver. Hospitals lose money on every patient that enrolls. So they limit the spots that they offer. The consequence is that 9 out of 10 heart and lung patients cannot access the rehab that keeps them out of the hospital. I'm Nolan Abeda, and this is why we are building Overwatch Health. We've created a digital exercise platform specifically for heart and lung rehab. It's the first solution to combine live monitoring for ECG and blood oxygen with a video interface, enabling our clinicians to safely deliver the same live rehab programs to patients at home. And we're already seeing the impact. I'm excited to say that we now have a live trial with patients from Penn Medicine. We already know the more rehab sessions that patients attend, the better their outcomes, which is why I'm also so excited to share that at Penn, we are seeing early signs of more than doubling the attendance rates of in-person rehab. First, patients are onboarded in the hospital. They're given an ECG and a pulse ox device, and they're shown how to connect these to our mobile app for their virtual appointments. Our clinicians then deliver the same 36 synchronous exercise sessions to patients at home with live video and full biometric monitoring. Hospitals then refer us the patients that they can't afford to treat. We deliver the virtual care and share the revenue. These hospitals want to work with us because they can feel confident their patients are getting the care they need without sacrificing safety, and they can turn rehab into a service that adds 7 figures to the hospital's bottom line. That's why we are now working on contracting with 3 leading health systems, including Mount Sinai here in New York. These 3 contracts alone represent an annual revenue opportunity at scale of over $14 million. Insurance covers $5,000 per patient, and there are nearly 15 million patients that are eligible every year, meaning that virtual heart and lung rehab is a $75 billion market opportunity. We are a team of founders from Princeton and Amazon who have all felt the impact heart and lung disease can have in our own families. We also understand the importance of thought leaders in medicine, which is why we're thrilled to be backed by some of the country's leading rehab directors from Penn Medicine and Brigham and Women's. These directors are working with us because they believe, just as Hinge Health digitalized PT, our solution will be the one to digitalize the 20 million patient heart and lung rehab verticals. I'm Nolan Abeda, and this is Overwatch Health.
Okay. So as Jon mentioned at the beginning, there's something for everyone here. In just the first 3 presentations, you've seen AI for real estate, AI for healthcare, AI for packaging. So no matter what you look for in a company, sectors, industries, ERA has these companies for you. And you're going to want to schedule meetings with these companies, which is why you'll notice that each company, while they have a QR code on their slides, there's also a handy dandy QR code on the front of the brochure you have on your seats. That goes to every single company and the links to schedule meetings and to meet with them. So please make sure that you are scheduling meetings when you have a chance to meet these companies later today. All right, next up, I'm thrilled to introduce the co-founder and CEO of Multitude, Juan.
After 150 years of shouting, the commodities trading pits in Chicago finally shut down permanently during the pandemic. And today, shouting really has just moved to the phone. Today, $2.7 trillion in commodities contracts are traded on the phone, email, and chat. I'm Juan, a former commodities trader. And every day at work, I get dozens of quotes like this. They would come in as a flood of unstructured data, and then I had to manually update my positions and my P&L and risk across hundreds of positions. And if that sounds miserable, it's because it was. But I knew there had to be a better way. And as luck would have it, my next door neighbor was a PhD engineer working in fintech with a decade of experience in AI. So we left our jobs to build Multitude, the world's first AI-powered commodities trading platform. Our AI engine automates capturing and processing trade data so traders spend So avoiding traders from spending the 45% of time that they spend on manual data processing, ensuring that no data is lost, and enabling them to find signals in the noise much faster. And because financial data needs to be auditable and secure, traders can't just use any AI solution out there. That's why at the heart of our product, we have data security and traceable reasoning frameworks. And by laying the foundation and the data layer and the data sharing incentives in a very fragmented industry, we're also laying the foundation for a vibrant commodities marketplace with AI-powered data aggregation, trade operations, and data insights. We won't stop until commodities trading is not just for the large institutions, but also for the millions of commodity-exposed SMEs at a critical time when tariffs means that hedging is really not optional. It is survival. We're starting in two commodities verticals, soft commodities and environmental commodities, two verticals filled with millions of SMEs that collectively trade $1.2 trillion in commodities contracts. And with a 50 basis point commission on each trade, we're capturing a $6 billion market opportunity. And today, I'm really excited to announce that we're already working with 3 trading firms as design partners. That we have also built a pipeline of over 40 companies, and that we are on track to reach $150,000 in ARR by Q3. I'm Juan, a former commodities trader, and you've met our Chief Data Officer, Ricardo, PhD engineer who's built AI tools for fintech companies. And we're joined by Jared, our CTO, who's built large-scale payments infrastructure at Meta and Flexport. And our advisors built the platforms that move trillions in fixed income from phone to electronic trading. And together, we're building the next generation of commodities trading. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much to Multitude. Moving swiftly on. Next up, I have the honor of introducing Maya, the co-founder and CEO of Healthnix.
Woo! Hello, everyone. So jumping on a stage was fun, but it was also meaningful. Because in 2018, I couldn't jump like that. See, on my worst days, in fact, I could barely walk. Doctors suggested surgery, but I really didn't want to do that. So I tried nutrition, and it worked. It's shocking, but it shouldn't be. See, 3 in 5 American adults have a diet-related chronic disease. Food as medicine is 5,000 years old, and it is already transforming diabetes, oncology, and GI. And chronic pain is the next, yet untapped blue ocean market, making Healthnix the precision nutrition platform I really wish my doctors had. And doctors wish that too. We are already designing our study with Cleveland Clinic, one of the best hospitals in the world. We also have 3 clinics contracting and 2 NHS pilots ongoing. Clinics love Healthnix because we bring them more patients, more revenue, and better patient outcomes. We need AI because even identical twins can eat the same meal but have a different inflammatory or gut microbiome response. And if you don't believe in that, think about Anaya. She has arthritis, so the doc recommended Mediterranean diet, quite standard. But she also has diabetes, cut the carbs. Diabetes, cut the carbs. She's got IBS, no beans or lentils. She's vegan, gluten-free, and on 5 different medications. Helping her is a very complex data problem with inflammation at its very core, and Healthnix solves it. We connect the right patient with the right nutritional plan, tailored to their chronic conditions, but also to their unique pain triggers. It starts with biomarker testing. Then the AI chats with the patient to collect data on symptoms and preferences. We then score the foods by clinical impact and personal fit to design the final plan with the dietitian. And my favorite part that I really love, and the ambitious one, we actually ask patients to record their symptoms and food to, over time, deliver a plan that is uniquely theirs, that works, and that is easy to follow. We have a clear go-to-market. We start with primary care clinics, which are under pressure due to thin margins. But thanks to Healthnix, they unlock existing but unused reimbursement codes, unlocking $770 per patient. That's existing but unused reimbursement codes for nutrition. And by working with those clinics, we then generate evidence we need to sell to health plans. My co-founder and a longtime friend, Carol, over there, brings operational expertise from Amazon. Our scientists have published over 1,000 peer-reviewed papers, and I am someone who used to be a product lead, but also lived with this problem for the last 6 years. We also have fantastic partners, from small clinics to Cleveland Clinic to Imperial College London. But today, I am making an announcement that we can now offer Healthnix in 30 states covered by insurance. See, 5 years ago, Healthnix would have been completely impossible. But with today's tech and policy momentum, everyone in this room has a generational opportunity to transform chronic pain management in this country with nutrition. Thank you. I'm Maya, and this was Healthnix.
Thank you, Maya. And next up, I'm excited to welcome Ganesh from Tensor Planet.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Ganesh, founder and CEO of Tensor Planet. Back in 2011, I co-founded Gramna, an AI company that served clients like Novartis, J&J, and World Bank. We pulled data from the toughest sources: industrial sensors, satellite images, and video cameras, and applied deep learning algorithms to solve logistics and operations challenges. We scaled to 250 people, and in 2023, we were acquired by a private equity-backed firm. I'm a builder at heart. After the exit, I wanted to apply AI at an even bigger scale, this time in an industry others had overlooked. And that's when I met Tyler Bandermer, who runs waste operations in Loveland, Colorado. Over many conversations, I realized waste management isn't just about trash bins or recycling. It's all about logistics. And the lifeblood of that system, trucks. Now, most founders take a break after an exit, but I decided to chase garbage trucks. I found that these massive vehicles cost $500,000 each. And with robotic arms and hydraulic systems, they are literally a factory on wheels. And 30% of these trucks break down every single month. This leads to bins overflowing on the curb, revenue lost due to missed pickups, and drivers stranded by the roadside at 6 a.m. Fleet managers scramble to reroute trucks, rent backup vehicles, costing fleets millions of dollars annually. And this isn't just a problem only in the waste industry. Breakdowns impact the 13 million heavy-duty trucks across the US in industries like construction, agriculture, and mining. This is a $20 billion opportunity. And that's why I started Tensor Planet. Tensor Planet is the AI doctor for heavy-duty trucks. In just the last 2 months, we are seeing tremendous interest. And I'm thrilled to announce today that we are finalizing contracts with 4 customers for pilots. Fleet operators are trusting us to prevent surprise breakdowns. We do this by pulling in data from in-vehicle telematics, sensor data like vibration, audio, video, and maintenance work orders. Our AI models spot hidden patterns of failure weeks in advance and turns these insights into precise recommendations. For example, this truck's engine will fail in 2 weeks. That robotic arm risks breakdown in 3 weeks. And we don't stop with alerts. We auto-generate work orders, flag root causes, and drive repairs proactively during the lean hours. We deliver $1.5 million in savings for an average fleet of 100 trucks. We charge a subscription fee per truck. As fleets grow, so does our revenue. From the first 4 pilots with 200 trucks, we will generate $240K in ARR by Q3. And with 40 customers in our pipeline, that represents $2.5 million in potential revenue. This puts us well on the road to serve the 13 million heavy-duty trucks in the US, a $20 billion opportunity. I'm executing this vision with a team of data scientists and engineers from Gramna. And Tyler is now on our advisory board with other experts who collectively bring in over 25 years of domain experience. They say prevention is better than cure. But at Tensor Planet, we strongly believe prediction is even better than that. I'm Ganesh. We are Tensor Planet. See you at our booth. Thank you.
Okay, he was so eager to get up here. I'm going to get out of the way. Darius, co-founder and CEO of Datastrut.
Damn. If you've ever renovated a kitchen or bathroom, you know the rule. Whatever you budget, double it. And guess what? It's even worse in large-scale construction. My name is Darius, and I was the project manager, one of the largest construction companies in the world. I helped build the equivalent of 3 Empire State Buildings. Big jobs. And I learned that going over budget by 20% and being delayed by 6 months was the norm. Now, I spent the last 10 years thinking about this and wondering why this happens. It's not because of one thing that goes wrong. It's the result of many small hiccups that compound over time. Like materials arriving late, slips getting lost, delaying payment for months. It's because data is scattered across spreadsheets, email, text, photo, and even paper. That's why we built DatastrutAI, the data capture and analytics platform for construction field operations. Here's how it works. Call or snap and send your field data to our assistant, AI assistant. No app required. From there, we take that messy field input and turn it into clean, structured data. But that's when the magic really begins. We allow our contractors to build custom workflows and send that down into their payroll, invoicing, procurement systems. We send them alerts before things go off track. That's why we couldn't be more excited to announce today we are partnering with one of the largest contractors in New York City across their 40 projects. These are large projects, complex projects. And you know what? They love what we're doing so much, they even invested in us. And because we serve as the source of truth for field data, our prediction engine will allow contractors to measure risk before the project even starts so that they can bid new work with greater certainty. The way we make money is by charging an annual SaaS fee per project so that we make money as our customers grow. And look, there's 900,000 contractors across the country alone, and this is a $25 billion opportunity. And let me tell you from experience, it's really hard to change behavior. Contractors don't want another app. They want to make more money in tech that meets them where they already are, in the field, on their phone, sending messages and photos like they're used to. This is also why we've been able to partner with another one of the largest contractors here in New York City, AGF. We couldn't be more excited about getting this going. And contractors love us because we save them time on paperwork. And GCs love us because we help them deliver projects on time and on budget. And boy, do we have an awesome team. My co-founder is a childhood friend, UC Berkeley physics PhD. His work supported 2 Nobel Prizes, and he's built AI systems for thousands of companies across the US. And we are proud to be building here in New York City, where we were both born and raised. Go Knicks. So, if you're a builder looking to deliver projects with greater certainty, come talk to us. If you're an investor ready to back the next-gen platform that contractors actually want to use, let's build it together. I'm Darius. This is DatastrutAI.
Thank you so much to Darius. Next up, I am very excited to introduce our next pitch. It is my honor to introduce Jerry, co-founder and CEO of Electrify.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jerry, co-founder of Electrify. And last year, the US construction industry spent $360 billion on mechanical, electrical, and plumbing products. But buying these products is extremely inefficient. Just put yourself in the shoes of an architect. You just finished your building design, and now you need to find the right products at the right price and at the right time. But there are thousands of manufacturers, each with an ever-changing catalog of products. And these aren't the products you'll find at Home Depot. These are highly complex, made-to-order items where pricing and availability are hidden, which means you need to manually contact every manufacturer to get the information you're looking for. It's no wonder this process takes months. There's got to be a better way. I've spent 6 years at a lighting manufacturer where I built a self-service buying portal. We took this complex, messy process and made it as simple as ordering a t-shirt. And not only did 77% of requests shift to self-service, but we also increased sales by 30%. And then a customer told me something that changed my life. I wish all my manufacturers had this. And that's why we built Electrify. We provide every manufacturer with their own self-service buying portal. During onboarding, we ingest their configurations, prices, and lead times, and we turn it into clean and structured data. Their customers simply log in, configure a product to the exact needs of their project, and immediately get pricing and availability. They can generate an entire bill of materials in this way, going from days of back and forth to instant answers. And this is why, in just the last 30 days, we have signed 7 manufacturers. And we've also added 40 more to our pipeline. When we add a manufacturer, they invite their buyers. And once these buyers see how easy it is, they become our advocates, inviting the hundreds of other manufacturers they work with. Because every manufacturer adds more value to these buyers. More products, more efficiency, and more reliability. And once we reach a critical mass of manufacturers, we become the buying portal for the entire industry. Just imagine the unlock for the millions of architects, engineers, and contractors when we read in their building design and immediately find the right products that are within budget and arriving on time. This is a $20 billion opportunity to rethink construction buying through digitization, where we charge both the manufacturers and the buyers a SaaS fee, scaling with transactions. And we're starting with lighting before moving on to mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, where the same product complexity exists. I met my co-founders at the University of Waterloo. They're former developers from Shopify, Amazon, and Faire, and they know how to build commerce systems at scale. We're also joined by advisors with over 50 years of award-winning industry experience from both manufacturing and architecture. If you want to see the future of construction buying, come to our booth. I'm Jerry, and this is Electrify.
Thank you, Jerry. And next up, I'm excited to welcome Evan from Poshitz.
Hi, guys. I'm Evan, the co-founder and CEO of Potions, and we're automating full-service marketing for SMBs. One of the most frustrating parts about scaling any business is just getting prospects to notice you. That's why when we say we're going to automate your marketing from end to end, our customers jump up and down and want to work with us immediately. We already have 25 customers. We're making $50,000 in ARR right now. And we've got hundreds of businesses waiting to enter our private beta, amounting to $1 million in pipeline. So why do all these folks want to work with us? Well, take our first customer, Josh. Josh runs an amazing IT security company where he keeps his clients from getting hacked. But there are thousands of businesses on the market with the same offer. So to stand out, Josh writes 3 to 5 LinkedIn posts a week and an email newsletter. This all takes him about 10 hours per week, and that's with ChatGPT. Now, Josh has thought about working with a marketing agency before, but the quotes he got for just his LinkedIn content were already over half his marketing budget. That was not great. And Josh is not alone. There are 10 million small businesses all spending 10 hours per week on content on average. That was before Josh found Potions. Potions built an AI agent custom for Josh's business by first researching his industry, connecting to his internal documentation in CRM, and then conducting structured interviews with his team. This lets Potions collect a large amount of proprietary data that's not on the public web about Josh's business and build an AI agent that is better than anything else on the market for him. Now, Josh can do something as simple as say, hey, I want to market a dinner that I'm hosting for my prospects. And Potions will say, great, here's the plan. In this case, Potions has recommended a drip sequence to the active director level and above contacts on Josh's newsletter list, as well as a LinkedIn post. Josh just says yes, and the content is fully designed, written, and ready to be scheduled. If he needs to make edits, he has access to our powerful AI editor. This takes the 10 hours per week Josh was spending and turns it into just 15 minutes. And the best part about this for Josh is that it all costs 10 times less than working with a marketing agency. And every time Josh spends, because this offer is so compelling, we can get customers like Josh with a 1-month payback period. That is the best in the business. Every time Josh sends an email with Potions, he also spreads awareness about our brand. And that is why we are on track to do $1 million in ARR in the next 12 months. And $4 million the year after. The 1 million B2B professional service companies are our initial target market. These folks are underserved by the existing content creation tools out there, and they're ready for something different. The initial market is worth $1 billion, but as we expand our feature set into things like automated SEO and ad creatives, we grow into a $20 billion market opportunity. And finally, we are the right people to do this. I already did it for big brands like Sephora and Fashion Nova when I was the first AI employee at Attentive Mobile, one of the big wins here in New York City. And my co-founder Jay lived this problem when he ran content marketing as an engineer at Radar. So if you want to help Josh and the millions like him get noticed magically, come talk to me after this. I'm Evan, and this is Potions.
Oh. Good job. Great job. Awesome. Thank you. That was Evan from Potions. Next up, I'm thrilled to introduce the co-founder and CEO of Carbon Clear, Zaid. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Zaid, co-founder and CEO of Carbon Clear. We're a carbon compliance platform in real estate. I know what you're thinking. Carbon compliance in real estate with everything that's going on? No thanks. But hear me out. Even this tower needs what we're building, and more importantly, want what we're building. Yes, it's true. Federal regulations are shifting. Fines are in flux. And yes, carbon is becoming this political football. But here's what hasn't changed. Buildings still leak energy. Owners still feel mounting pressure. And compliance isn't going anywhere. In fact, building owners spend $300 billion a year making their buildings more efficient and more compliant. And nowhere is that pressure more real than right here in New York City. Starting next week under Local Law 97, over 50,000 buildings must file their emissions disclosures or risk $30,000 a month in fines. But most building owners aren't energy experts, so they rely on energy consultants. Now meet Sam. She's one of the few certified consulting firms in the city. Before the law, she was managing 500 buildings. Now, 5,000 are waiting in line. Each filing takes her team 25 hours to do, between navigating complex regulations, chasing attestations, filling out forms. She's so overwhelmed, she simply can't scale fast enough to meet demand. But with Carbon Clear, she can. We're an AI-powered platform for carbon compliance. We make her team 70% more efficient, cutting her costs by $1 million and unlocking $3 million in new revenue. Today, I'm excited to announce our first paying enterprise customer, a top consulting firm in the city with a backlog of over 1,000 buildings. 1,000 buildings. But that's not all. We have 5 pilots in the works. We have already 100 buildings on our platform, and we're on track to hit our 500K in ARR. They use us to automate their compliance process. We take their unstructured data, building plans, utility bills, handwritten inspection notes, and our AI agent makes sense of it all, detects any discrepancies, and then auto-populates the compliance forms, which then directly integrates with the city's very fragmented submission portals. We charge per compliance form, and we earn a percentage of the services from our channel partners. The compliance filings is a $3 billion opportunity, but this is only the start. Through these filings, we get to unlock the real prize. Retrofit plans, detailed roadmap showing exactly which system needs upgrades and when. And as we ingest more and more data, we become the go-to source for city agencies, utilities, equipment manufacturers, and capital providers. This, by distilling that data into action, this is our $30 billion opportunity. This isn't just a New York City thing. They're not alone. Laws are already in effect or going live within the next 12 months in cities like Boston, Seattle, Denver, St. Louis, and more. This wave of regulation is perfect timing for rapid expansion, and we're the perfect team to execute. My co-founder, Chris, is a software engineer from HubSpot and McKinsey, and I've spent a decade selling energy solutions to consultants and commercial properties. We're Carbon Clear. I'm Zaid. Come find us. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Moving swiftly on, I have the pleasure of introducing our next pitcher. Very excited to introduce Dan, co-founder and CEO of Policybot.
Shut. Hello, I am Dan. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Policybot. Health insurers are changing the rules on doctors more frequently than ever before. Over the last few months, our team has monitored these policies and seen over 200 policy changes every single night. These cover everything from authorizations to documentation requirements to billing rules. Hospitals like Mass General need teams of 15 employees just to stay up to date on these policy changes. Why is that? Because a single line of a policy that changes can lead to millions of dollars in lost revenue. And right now, providers are expected to stay up to date on over 1,000 policies for every single health plan they work with. It's simply not feasible. And it's to the detriment of both patients and providers. Each year, over 30 million prior authorizations are denied, and 15% of claims are rejected, leading providers to lose over $200 billion in lost revenue. I've previously worked at Teladoc, and my co-founder Matt led a claims team at Oscar. And we've seen firsthand how providers are struggling to stay up to date and manage the complexity that payers are introducing. And right now, there are no solutions on the market that help providers integrate these payer-specific rules into their workflows. That's why we built Policybot. Policybot is the system of record for payer policies, meaning every single document can be found in one location. Now, access is only half of the battle. These are long, complex, difficult to parse, and frequently updated documents. What if we could actually help these providers understand what these policies mean and what it means for their business? Using AI, premature reveal. Using AI, we're able to do just that. And that's why in the last 8 weeks, we've been able to go from 0 to 4 customers. And we're about to cross 100K ARR. And I also get to announce that just last night, we had 500K committed to our round. With our customers, we're working to solve on prior authorizations and claim auditing. But Policybot has massive implications for 5 of the 9 stages of a claim's lifecycle. Across these stages, we can create $50 in value for our customers through recouped payments and administrative efficiencies. With 3 billion claims processed each year in the United States, that's $150 billion that Policybot is well positioned to create. Oops, sorry, there we go. In the next 12 months, we'll have integrated with 250 payers and cover 90% of patients. And with that, we will be able to help providers earn more with less hassle and get paid faster. Thank you. I'm Dan, and we are Policybot.
Thank you, Dan. And next up, I'd like to welcome Robert from Notifi.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Robert from Notifi, and we are modernizing the $600 billion home services industry. Think of electricians, plumbers, HVAC technicians, the people that keep our homes running every single day. And just in the last 30 days, we have now doubled our revenue, and we now have $100,000 in ARR. With over 50 paying customers.
Wow.
Thank you. And let me tell you about one of our customers, Keith, from Nextdoor Plumbing. Now, Keith's always on the go, sending out estimates, driving between jobs, at the back of his truck, or even at his son's soccer game. And he has no system to track all those opportunities, no names, no follow-ups, nothing saved. He spent real money to get those leads, and all that business, gone. What we saw, and everybody else completely missed, is communication is the heartbeat of these businesses. Calls with potential customers, text messages with field crew, and emails with office staff. But all of that data gets scattered away, and nothing gets captured. And that's why we built Notifi. Everything Keith needs to win the job, do the work, and get paid, all in one place. And it all starts with a call or text message, and Notifi captures and automates the rest. Sending out an estimate, scheduling a right technician, generating an invoice, the most important part, getting paid, all in one place, all in Notifi. And all that convenience, it pays off. 3x more jobs closed, and admin time down by 40%, and instantly happier customers. And this is just the beginning. By learning from calls, text messages, and emails, Notifi can automate sales, marketing, operations. Think about it. A system calling your customer to follow up on an estimate which was never approved, or running a promo when the inventory level starts to stack up, or having a tech drop by to a loyal customer to say thank you with a free seasonal tune-up. The industry is shifting. Over 50% of the home service business owners are retiring. Labor is tight, and margins are shrinking. And efficiency is everything. A new generation is stepping in, looking for tools that are simple, mobile, and built for how these companies actually operate. And Notifi is the perfect fit. And the market agrees. We have over 50 customers, as I already mentioned. Thank you. And have managed over 12,000 jobs with $100,000 in revenue. and we cannot onboard them fast enough. And that's why we're looking for money. We have 250 more businesses lined up, representing $500,000 in revenue. Thank you. My co-founder, Jay, and I felt this problem firsthand while running a home services marketplace. And before that, I had spent nearly a decade working at Microsoft, Xerox, and Bell, digitizing pen and paper companies to grow online. And now, we are reimagining how the 2.7 million home service businesses communicate, operate, and grow. I'm Robert, and this is Notifi. Thank you very much.
Okay, as we said, something for everyone. Home services. Next up, everything you wanted to know about your favorite topic. I'm pleased to introduce Sarah, co-founder of Roz.
Good morning. I'm Sarah Hamden, co-founder of Roz. And I already know you're bored already because you have seen compliance on my screen. I get it. I also find it boring, frustrating, stressful. It has been the worst part of my career. But companies have to do it because they cannot take a chance of getting it wrong. That means liabilities, fines, breaches. And if you're incredibly unlucky, go directly to jail. So for us, we are automating the most painful parts of compliance. We reduced months of work into hours with a third of the people. This is so valuable that I'm happy to announce, as of yesterday, a Fortune 50 company is already working with us with a paid pilot. I am thrilled. They literally asked, when can we have it? The answer is in a month. For them, the consequences are so significant that it's in the millions. They're not alone. There's 120,000 other companies just like that. I have worked for a few of those, Expedia, Box. And let me describe why I am so frustrated with compliance. As a head of security at my previous company, before we could close our most important deal, the buyer gave us 870 security controls that we had to prove with evidence before we could close the deal. 870. Let's talk server encryption, just one. This looks like we're going to have to log into all of our AWS accounts across all of our region, take a snapshot of every single one of our servers, show our encryption status, redact that information, write up our policies, write up the procedures. It took hours, and that was just one control. And then there was vulnerability management, background checks, and 867 more. This was my job. It took 2 people 4 months. And if you actually add up that cost, the money wasted here is $250,000, literally for one deal. This is not rare. For enterprises, this happens up to 40 times a year. Every year. You guys can math. That's a lot of money. Roz has a $15 billion opportunity expected to double in the next 5 years. Roz uses AI to understand your controls, cross-compare that to compliance requirements, eliminating all of that manual effort, and we will ensure that we meet your controls in real time. Here's how Roz does it. We'll analyze your documents, understand controls, identify those gaps, and the best part, we'll take those screenshots for you, extract that metadata, map that back to those controls, and we do it continuously. Meaning that 40 times a year that an enterprise is doing it is now reduced down to once. Do your assessment once, and we will continuously assess them. And we're at the perfect moment to build this. AI agents are just now becoming production ready. And that's why we have Fortune 50 company already working with us, unfortunately under NDA. And we have 3 paying customers that are also design partners. Because they also see the future of compliance with us. We're going to start with B2B tech because they're more willing to adopt AI technology. We're going to reach them through their governance teams, and then we're going to land those 6-figure deals. And it's not just data security that has this issue. It's across every single industry. Privacy, safety, environmental, all share this exact same pain. And we're the right team to do this. Donnie, my co-founder, has been building businesses at McKinsey, and I have lived this for over a decade. And yes, we do have the same last name, first in ERA history. We are not married, not related, but we have been friends for 15 years, and we decided to build a business together. So we're Roz. We're not just faster, we're the way compliance should work. And our customers think so too. Please come talk to us and see a live demo.
All right, thank you so much. We are getting close to the end of the program here, the penultimate pitch about to happen, and I still feel the energy, so that is fantastic. Speaking of energy, I'm very excited to introduce our next founder. Please welcome to the stage, Devos. He's the co-founder and CEO of Elysium Energy.
Hi, I'm Devos, co-founder of Elysium Energy. We're all excited about AI, but here's the reality. Our electricity grid can simply not keep up with the growing energy demands to power data centers. In fact, electricity demand is set to grow by 38 gigawatts in the next 2 years. This is the same as adding one more California to the nation's grid. Delivering consistent power at this scale means using all the energy sources we can. Solving this is definitely not easy, but that is why we started Elysium Energy. Elysium Energy has developed an AI-enabled platform to finally make the production, storage, and utilization of hydrogen cost-effective. Yes, hydrogen, the most abundant element in the universe, also has huge potential for energy. And the market is currently exploding, growing to 10 billion in the next 5 years. To meet this demand, energy project developers are building and operating hydrogen projects. Think of those developers like Hollywood studio executives making a movie. They need to know the risks, the stakeholders, and how much money they can make. They work with very complex products and data from multiple OEMs to get a project to market. And when a project is finally operating, costs can be as high as $10 million per year, making it very uncertain which project will be a blockbuster and which one will flop. Elysium Energy provides the predictability that they need to finance, build, and operate their projects. And that is because we understand an essential truth. The same data and parameters used to finance and build the project should be the same ones used to operate it. Using this approach, we can save up to $3 million per project per year. Yes, $3 million per year just with software. Sound too good to be true? No, it's real. And today we're excited to announce that we are onboarding our first 3 design partners. They use our software to fund more projects and generate more profits. Later this year, we're starting our first paid pilot, which we will convert to a 6-figure multi-year contract. So how does it work? We provide software to the OEMs to help them sell more systems, training our models for more accuracy, using equipment parameters and operational metrics. We combine that with energy market data and weather models and apply proprietary optimization algorithms to deliver clear, data-driven funding decisions and decreased operating metrics. This makes everyone across the value chain aligned, and no single player can build this. And we have validated this approach. We're starting collaborating with our first OEM later this year, and we have more in the pipeline. Using the OEMs as channel partners will give us access to the thousands of developers building and operating hydrogen projects. We will charge the developers a flat SaaS fee for the ROI calculations, and after the project is built, we charge a recurring fee for the entire 20 to 30 year lifetime of the project for optimization services. Yes, 20 to 30 years. That's a long time and a lot of revenue. And we know how to build this. My co-founder Ignacio and I met studying energy engineering together and worked in the industry, developing energy management algorithms and machine learning models for predictive maintenance. We experienced the problems ourselves and built the software needed to solve them. Hydrogen is crucial to deliver on the growing energy demands powered by AI. Elysium Energy makes hydrogen projects possible and profitable. Come join us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fivos. And coming up last but not the least is Daniel from TwinsAI.
Hey Lisa, this is Daniel from the agency. Have a sec to chat?
Okay, who's this?
This is Daniel. I'm actually reaching out to see if you still own 25 Oak Street. I have a client who may be interested.
Yes, that's my house, but it's not on the market right now.
That's completely understandable. It is a very tight real estate market. My client has 2 kids, loves the schools in your neighborhood, and they're very motivated. That last part was the real me, obviously, taking over from my voice AI. Lisa had no idea she began the conversation with my AI. None. She also had no idea when I took over. There was no ding, there was no chime. This is magical for outbound calling. And finally, there was no delay between Lisa answering the phone and the AI actually starting to talk. This 3-second delay that we've all experienced is responsible for more than half call terminations. Since launching our beta in January, we've signed up over 30 customers to use TwinsAI. And why are they signing up so quickly? Well, because we're helping them increase their conversations by 10 times out of the box. I'm Daniel, the CEO and co-founder of TwinsAI, and we're revolutionizing outbound sales with our enterprise-grade AI voice clones. Every single day, 3.5 million companies in the US make more than 500 million sales calls. These calls drive over half of their pipeline. And this year, they will spend $72 billion just on traditional sales enablement software. These are in industries like real estate, which you just heard from, insurance sales, automotive, and many more. Why are they picking TwinsAI? Well, out of the box, on the very first day, we double their conversations. We all know how the typical sales call goes. There's a 3 to 5 second delay. Goes something like this. Hello? Hello? Click. Well, with TwinsAI, we have an instant connect, as I mentioned. But what's even better is it is in the voice of the actual sales rep making the call. So then that sales rep seamlessly takes over from the AI. The next reason why we're gaining so much traction is over 80% of calls go to voicemail. I doubt most people here actually pick up from unknown numbers. Using that same AI voice twin, we create personalized voicemail for the people who don't pick up. These personalized voice messages are driving a 115% increase
in the conversion rate for outbound voice campaigns. Lastly, and probably most importantly, we're TCPA and TSR compliant. The government likes their acronyms even more than tech bros. But let me talk about the elephant in the room here. Anybody here who's been paying attention can go to 11 Labs or another voice platform and create a lightweight agent to actually order a pizza. But the requirements for enterprises are vastly different. The reason for that is the fines around doing outbound calling wrong come from rules written in the 90s. And those fines are big. Like $1,000 per call, a little bit delayed. Like $1,000 per call, big. These deter enterprises from using lightweight apps to actually perform outbound calling. They really need the protection of something that is enterprise grade. So since we have launched, all of these different statistics put together are driving a 5x increase in qualified leads for salespeople using the platform. My co-founder Niraj and I are multi-time founders of venture-backed companies with 3 successful exits so far. We didn't invent the problems that we just described, or I just described. We've actually experienced them firsthand over and over, building and scaling sales teams. We're using AI to reinvent outbound sales, helping companies grow revenues without growing sales teams. If you'd like to find out more, come chat, or you can scan the QR code and actually talk to my AI twin right now. Thank you very much. I'm Daniel, and this is TwinsAI.
Okay, let's give it up one more time for these amazing founders. I'm Katie, and this is Bianca, and we are 2 members of the ERA team. As a reminder, you can use that awesome QR code on your brochure or the one right behind me to book meetings directly with any of these amazing founders and companies. And Bianca is now going to talk a little bit more about our application.
So our summer 2025 applications are open right now. The deadline is very soon. It's next Monday, but we're happy to make any exception for any amazing founders you may have. Now, we'd love for you to gather around and go together to the East Lobby to mingle with our founders, get to know a little bit more about their companies, and plan meetings. Thank you so much.